Hi guys, I'm Chloe and welcome to another part of Dramatical Murder. I enter my room and take Gran, who's in a sleep mode, out of my bag and start him up. My head still hurts. I think about getting some fresh air and head out to the veranda. I step out of the veranda and lean on the handrail. The slightly cool wind feels comfortable. When I let out a small breath and look up to the sky, only the shadows of the folded buildings reflect in my field of view. The scenery wasn't like this in the past. It was more beautiful. This island. Nidorijima floats in the remote sea southwest of the Japanese island Honshu. The selling points of the island are the blue sea, white sands, and the rich green foliage, or so they were. Those are all stories from the past. Now on the east side, Platinum Gel occupies approximately a one-third of the island in a lordy manner. Because Platinum Gel and the old resident district are cut off with a huge wall, we can't see inside it from this side. I've seen the representative of Tong Inc., the company that built Platinum Gel, on the TV and network several times. Apparently, when I was a kid, Tong Inc. required eviction of the inhabitants during the development of the island. However, they were promised luxurious houses and a lot of money, so most of the inhabitants left the island depending on negotiations. But still, there were some stubborn inhabitants who wouldn't go away. We're like that too. No matter how good the conditions were offered, they couldn't abandon their hometown where they were born and raised. They kept ignoring the eviction demand again and again. After a while, town's side said no more. They began to give up, and the reason was officially because they didn't want a coercion. But in fact, they had abandoned the remaining inhabitants. If you don't want to accept negotiations, so be it. Live or die, it's up to you. And then Tong, I don't know really how to read it, dealt with his next hand. Saying that it was a maintenance for the island, the supply lines of water service, gas, and woods were narrowed rapidly, and the surviving inhabitants were driven away to the present old resident district as a result. The once beautiful Midorijima was ruined. No matter how anyone describes it, a country cannot allow such tyranny. The inhabitants who believed in that appealed to the mainland, wanting them to do something. But since nothing has changed even now, it was useless to hope for better. About 3 years ago, when going from the old resident district to the mainland, you had to obtain the permission of the administration bureau, which belonged to Tong. In other words, the inhabitants of old resident district can step out of the island without the permission of Tong. Such permission is never granted, never. It's Tone's way of saying that the people who rejected the invasion were wrong. As I was staring out into space, something makes a sound by my feet.
AOBA、今日メールからダウンロードしたデータだが、どうする？
え？
ダウンロード？
I was leaning on the handrail, but the Ren's words startled me and made me stand up straight. That's right. I completely forgot. It was when the breads came into the shop today. Before I knew it, a download complete screen had popped up. Was it?
そのデータウイルスは入ってなかったのか？
検出されていない。
中身は？
プレイヤーがキャラクターを操ることで移動、情報収集を行い、敵キャラクターと戦って経験値を取得し、レベルを上げるタイプのゲームだ。
You downloaded the rhyme.
ああ、RPG ね。有料なのか？
有料ではない。
へえ。ってことは悪ガキどものせいでうっかり購入したってわけじゃないのか。どっかのお試しアプリかな。
不明だ。
ま、変なのじゃないならやってもいいかもな。暇つぶしに。
起動するか？
頼む。
了解。
I take Ren in my arms, return to the room, and sit on my bed. Help me. Someone. Please save me. Someone. Free me. From here.
ずいぶんレトロな画面だな。
Sure it is. Kyo, Nao, and Mio's generation have probably never seen anything like this. Even I haven't seen this type of an old game anywhere else but on video sites. After the message from the princess was over, a title logo appeared. It's so old, it's almost strangely refreshing. While the odd feeling rises inside of me, I push start. This is interesting. Playing a game inside of game. Sorry that I'm not saying anything, but this is pretty captivating somehow.
あれ？続きもんなのかこれ？定期的に配信されてくるとか？
そのようだ。
なるほどね。まさしく暇つぶしにはもってこいって感じの短さだな。
I don't know if it was entertaining or not, but if a sequel comes out, I might play it again. As soon as I close the game screen, I yawn. I was so focused on the game, I didn't realize how tired I was.
そろそろ寝る準備でもしますかねっと。
I close the window and curtain to the veranda and leave my room to go to the washroom. To the bathroom, I would say. The next day, I go to work at Haybon and as always, and look after the shop from behind the counter. Oh! I get my usual headache and massage the inner corners of my eyes with my index finger and thumb. My head's felt heavy ever since this morning. Even after I took my medicine after breakfast, did I catch a cold?
青葉くん、ちょっと配達をお願いしたいんですけど。
Rattling noises come from the back of the store, as well as Haga-san's voice.
あ、手伝います。
My legs wobble, and I try to stand up. I instantly push my hand onto the counter.
青葉くん、大丈夫ですか？
すいません。ちょっと立ちくらみが。
座っててください。こっちは大丈夫ですよ。よいしょ。どうしました、青葉くん？
いえ、すげえなと思って。
いやいや、そんな。
お掃除お掃除。
What a cute robot! Haga-san's outmate Bonjin-kun makes up and reels around him.
ああ、凡人くん、奥の方をお願いします。
Bonjin-kun!
奥
So cute. Bonjin-kun returns to the back of the shop.
そうそう、それでですね、この品物の配達をお願いできますか？
Haga-san takes a small paper bag out of his pocket.
昨日の夜中にお客さんから注文が来てたんですけど、速達指定なんです。
When I see the slip of the paper bag, I notice that the address is the East District like we are. It would be faster to deliver this directly.
もうすぐ仕入れ先の業者さんが来るから、私は店を離れることができなくて、すみません。
大丈夫ですよ。すぐ行ってきます。
お願いします。
Haga-san smiles and walks towards the stair to the basement. My head still feels heavy, but it's my job. I'll have to try my best. I tip my forehead lightly, get myself together, and let out a short breath. I take my bag close to me with Ren in it and leave the shop with the paper bag.
この道入った方が早いんだっけ？
ああ。
I walk through Aoyagi Street while having Ren navigate. In this quiet row between buildings, a familiar talk art is drawn here and there on the walls. Benishigure, Kojak's team. RIP teams claim their territory by drawing their talk art. This area was Kojak's team territory. The size of Kojak's team is not very big, rather not very many are aware of Kojak participating in RIP. He's popular among women and therefore irritates many guys. He fights very often. But he was never lost. He has. Before even he himself was aware, many male fans followed him because of his consecutive victories, and a team was formed just like that. Nice one. Still, because he's taking care of them without being cruel, I think his character must also appeal to them. If you rely on him, you can't really complain. Lots of team members gather because they adore the leader, and they come to resemble the leader somehow. Maybe because of that, here in Benishigure's territory, there are a lot of men wearing Japanese clothes without a hakama. If you just glance at them, they may look evil, but they're all good guys. They help old ladies with heavy luggage, or look for a missing child's parents. That's why Benishigure's popularity is pretty high in the old resident district. That's also thanks to Kojak, perhaps.
Yo, AOBA.
うっす。
I exchange a greeting with a member I'm acquainted with. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm so sorry. Some other members are talking happily with a police officer. The old resident district's police aren't the most honest bunch of people, but depending on money or their mood, they may mingle with the Islanders. Some ripsters use them to gain information or have things overlooked. Well, whatever suits them. As I continue walking down the street, I hear an awfully high-spirited voice come from in front of me. A group of 3 with 1 man and 2 women walk towards me, the women snuggling up to the men and pushing and shoving while walking.
やだもうゴーザクさんったら
Why?
でもそういうところも好き
I hate that about you. I can see he is so fucking jealous. I knew it. Of course, the guy walking sandwiched between the 2 women is Kojak. I didn't want to dub into him in this situation. I want to avoid them, but they keep coming closer and I have no choice.
お、青葉じゃねえか。
You don't say!
おっす。
Kojak's face draws into a cheerful smile.
青葉、電話元気か？
Flying next to Kojak is his old mate Benny. Ren's face peeps out of the bag.
ここにいる。
おお、そうか。
あらこちらゴーザクさんのお友達
The woman glances at me with judging eyes.
ああ、幼馴染だ。
あらそうなのこの方が
Basic plot twist. Childhood friend. Yes. Well then, I'm sorry that the amazing Kodaku's childhood friend doesn't measure up to the man himself. Even though we called ourselves childhood friends, it's not like we were always together when we were small. Originally, Kojak was from the mainland and came to this island with his mother. He was on the island for about 3 or 4 years and then returned to the mainland with his mother again. During that time was a little vacant period, and about 3 years ago Kojak suddenly came back alone. I was surprised when he came back because he had become quite sturdy, but the faces and gestures he made when he laughed and the way he spoke hadn't changed at all. Then we started to hang out together again, and he often comes to visit my home to eat Granny's homemade cooking.
なんだよ。どうしたお前。
You cannot see? You have two sluts with you.
何が？
具合悪そうじゃねえか。
別になんともねえけど。
What you mean by that? What you meant by that? Like, really?
そうか？ならいいけどよ。
I act calm, but deep down I'm actually surprised. I definitely still have a small headache. Do I really look that sick?
これから配達か？
そう、誰かさんと違ってな。
When I say this sarcastically, the woman standing on both sides reacted before Kojaku can.
あ、別にコウジャクさんは遊んでるんじゃないのよ。
Sure.
そうよ、今だってお仕事の途中で送ってくれてるだけなんだから。
Mm-hmm.
まあそう言うなよ。確かにこんなに可愛いお嬢さん方と一緒じゃ仕事も手につかねえからな。
コウジャクさんったら。
Every single time when he says things like that, wouldn't anyone else just be completely on edge?
スウェーデン食わんは男の恥だよな。
You too? Why?
その通り。女はこの世の宝だ。柔らかいし優しいし男を包み込んでくれる。だから大切にするのが男の義務ってもんだ。そうだろう？
I'll remind you that when you're gonna bang with him. Totally. Kojak put his arm around the woman's shoulders. I wanna go throw up.
もう死んでもいい。
Dots.
それじゃ俺そろそろ行くわ。
あら、ちょっと待って。ねえってば。
As I stand completely disgusted and also completely ready to leave, one woman calls out to me.
ここ、ほらやっぱりゴミがついてる。
The woman's skinny fingers reach out and lightly dust the color of my jacket.
ああ、どうも。
さすがだな。気の利く女は好きだぜ。
あら？
The woman who is happy about being praised by Kojak suddenly looks at me as if she realizes something.
ん？
あなた、よく見たら髪が長いのね。あら、本当。気づかなかったわ。なんかかわいい。
Yeah, AOBA is very cute.
女の子みたい。
While laughing teasingly, one of the women reaches out her hand. Oh my god! The first choice! What should we do? Shake her off? Hesitate? I would go for the hesitate, but first let me save. Okay, so let's go with the hesitate. My reaction is too late to avoid it. No, don't touch me. She reaches for me just before I reflexively swing my arm at her.
ひでえな。俺が隣にいるってのに他の男に色目使うのか？
Ho ho ho! Kojak's big hand catches the hand of the woman and gently presses it on his cheek. The woman blushes bright red in an instant.
もう俺には飽きたのかい？
やだ、そんなこと。そうよ、コウジャクさんの前でひどいわよ。っていうか、羨ましいんですけど。ごめんなさい、そんなつもりじゃ。
謝るなよ。別に怒ってるわけじゃね
You little fuck. While smiling, Kojak releases the woman's head slowly. I'm secretly relieved and grateful to Kojak. He just saved me. Because he knows the thing I hate the most is having other people touch my hair. When he does things like this, I just can't bring myself to hate the guy. Ho ho ho! Here we go with the love interest. When Kojak catches my gaze, he smiles.
なんだよ。どうした？いい男だから見とれたか？
Sure.
言ってろカーバ。
ちょっと、コウジャクさんに向かってカバとは何よ。
Because he can. I convey thanks to Kojak by flashing a smile as I criticize his joke. Kojak returns only a silent wink, saying that he understands. I can't believe I'm saying this, but it actually gets to me a little.
それじゃもう行くから。
おう、気ぃつけてな。
I part with Kojak while waving slightly and begin to walk again. The delivery destination was close when I turned left at the road and headed straight. As I turn a corner, I see a man crouching down by the roadside. He whispers something, but I don't understand the content well. These days, you could see people doing this pretty often. Sitting down on the road and looking at the sky, muttering to themselves against the wall like that. People like this have always existed, but it feels like more of them have been showing up lately. Well, as long as you stay away from them. I quickly pass by the whispering man. And I guess for today we're gonna cut it short here. Don't you think so? Yeah, so see ya next time, guys. Bye.